What up, fam? Let's go. I almost went streaming, almost like cranked on the stream at, I don't know, like 3, 4 in the morning. Bitcoin ripping to new highs. Did anybody sleep last night? Who slept? Anybody get like a good night's sleep? I actually slept like a baby. It's crazy. Bitcoin ripping overnight. I guess the Asian bid coming in hot. Now into the morning, more Trump talk, apparently more tariff talk, and Bitcoin taking a little dip here. Hopefully shaking out some weak hands. Hopefully some people are feeling the pressure here. From 119 down to 116, we've got, that's not even a 2% downside. Holy moly. Yesterday was wild. Can you imagine if we had streamed like the whole night? Man, that would have been cool. So we're going to kick into things. I have actually some really interesting charts to show you. Friday, we usually don't have much to talk about, but this price action has me feeling spicy, real spicy. So I got some stuff to look at. Some of these charts, you might call them clickbait, but they will shock you. A lot of these you're not going to have seen before. So buckle in, kick back. Make sure you smashed that like button, the subscribe, join our familia. If you subscribe while we're live, you will see this number update in real time. Your name will pop up. It'll be very exciting. I know I don't have the guns out. I'm sorry. It's a rare guns in day. I've been squatting a lot, and I didn't want to make the hammies jealous by showing the guns off, so I had to put them away for now. If you give me 1 second here, Jess, I love you. Let's go. Give me 1 second here, guys. While I do this, hit the like, subscribe, engage. Let's get this stream popping. Let's get it popping. Give me 30 seconds. Gonna fire up the other stream. Here we go. There it is. There we go. I think that worked. Who knows? Who knows? I certainly don't. Is it still working? There we go. It's still working. The concealed carry. What's up, brother? What is up, my brothers? My brothers in the corn. We've done it. We did it. We're here. How does it feel? Who's feeling euphoric? I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling okay. TP? Well, maybe. We've got some charts to look at. We've got some actually really interesting stuff. So let me warm up. Let me get into it. I'm going to see what you guys are doing. Tattoo update. I don't know. It's still, certainly there's a little more euphoria, but it's still not right. What's up, Bad Fox? What's up, Ryan? Over there on the short stream. Got the mobile stream fired up. We're going to try to net in as many noobs as we can. That's the goal. Euphoria doesn't seem to be a sentiment. I agree. We'll actually look at that in a little bit. I have some really cool metrics. You don't just have charts. In a rare double, triple header, man, we've got some non-chart data to look at that is spicy as well. This is going to be an action-packed stream. Oh, no. It's going to be action-packed. No, Streamlabs, no. We lost Streamlabs. It's okay. If you're here today, help me hype up the stream. Help me build that engagement by saying hello, putting a message in the live chat, liking, subscribing, tapping the screen, you know, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Help me do that. I want to see who's here. Tap that screen. Thank you, Ryan. You're the best. Ryan is the absolute G. What's up, Hype Soul? I see you, brother. Ace of Hearts, Arif, Bad Baptist, my man. Bags Full, Bullish Mike, Bullish Future. I love to see these names every day, man. You guys are my best friends. CBK Wahoo, Crypto Archaeology, Crypto One, Christopher Columbus. Crypto for Columbus. That's a good name. That's a new one, I think. What's up, Dave Jensen, D. Johnny? How you doing, brother? Dom. Boss Fountain. What's up, bro? Babcar. How are you doing, Babcar? Who do I miss? Ellie. Your only friend, Ellie. Are you my only friend? Thank you. What's up, Daniel H. JB? Crypto Military Vet over there on the short stream. How you doing, brother? Salute to you and all the servicemen and women out there. What's up, Gold Dragon? Great House. What's up, bro? Jess. Infinite Team TA. Gerard. John Odendale. How are you? PJ, how are you, PJ Blaze? 𝐂𝐨𝐿 𝐓𝐫𝐽𝐡. I'm going to do my best today. Justin Mutchek, Kato Eno, KDP Leon, Muhammad, Marcus Martin, Matt Lintner, Michelle Shepard, Mr. Queest, NBF Forum, welcome back, brother. Haven't seen you in a little bit. What's up, Neil Derriman, Ninja Girl. Shout out to Ninja Girl. Ninja Girl, give us the cryptography insider info. What's next? What's up, No Eggs? One with Nature, Patrick Ugolini. What's up, bro? Quinn C, Riker's Beard, Randy Greer, RJB, Shane Siegel, Senior Chris, Stefan Nijehulis. I butchered that. Stevie MacD. What's up, Stevie MacD? That's like a YouTuber name. I like that. What's up, Sin, my guy? Zamidi, Taco the Duck, TBJ118. Screen froze when you tapped it. No, it didn't, Daniel. Shouldn't have. Pickle, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're doing good. How is the West Coast going? Beached Whale, Dusty Hunt, how are you? What's up, bros? Shout out to Time Lights Out, Tom Kumagai, Trinity AQK. What's up, bro? Verhoofty Floof and Wes. Your boy Drizzy. Who else is here? We got everybody. We got all the fam. We're going to try to hype up this stream. Make sure you're subscribing and liking. We always have more votes. Like we have like 260, almost 300 votes on the poll in the mainstream. And then we won't have like anywhere near that amount of likes. Why is that? I feel like when you vote in the poll, you should just automatically like the stream. Just make things easier. What's up, Fat Shorty? What's up, Jarand? Simple Grow. What's up from the UK? So the UK. What a good segue, my friend. Good segue. We do have a lot of different things to look at. Really quick, short-term price action. We saw a sell-off when I started the stream. When I popped on the stream, that slowed down a little bit. Seems Trump is yelling about more tariffs, surprising no one, but a predictable little red market move here on the tariff talk. It's interesting. It has slowed down. Let me see. We're at 12:16. First 15 minute. Basically at the 618 retracement of this little move. I'm going to get more in depth on the short term analysis here in a little bit, but I will say, I think for now, maybe for the next few minutes at least, I think we're not going to see it move down farther right now. Cut a little trend line, cut a little 618 retracement. Probably going to regret saying that, but we're going to get back to this because I actually have more pressing stuff. If you need a TLDR, really quick synopsis, don't worry about it. Don't worry. We're back at that part of the cycle where we need to remember that doing nothing at all is often the most profitable and smartest move. You might be feeling FOMO today. We have a lot of alts actually making significant moves. We're going to look at them. But fight the urge to FOMO. Fight that urge today. Remember, doing nothing is just so hard to beat when this market is moving up. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, bro? Vikram. Shout out to India. What's up, Grace? KDP. Time to pick your brain. We'll get into it. Tyler, Texas. 150 now. Let's go. Auto like every time you come in. You're a man. You're the man. Damn haters. Don't let them get to you. Don't let the haters get to you. Anyway, we'll come back to this. I have an alert set if Bitcoin continues to dump here. We'll jump back to the chart. But we have some more interesting stuff to look at. I know, more interesting than Bitcoin. What? We have some very interesting charts here. While Bitcoin has broken its all-time high in many metrics, there's actually a bunch more metrics that it has not broken all-time high in. I've been struggling to explain why the hype isn't there, why things don't feel maybe as exciting as they have in previous runs. Here is an explanation, or at least a piece of this puzzle. So while we sit here in the US, everyone watching Bitcoin in dollars is celebrating. You're not hearing those celebrations around the world. And while I don't think people are necessarily bearish outside of US dollar watchers, it's a little different. When we look at multiple pairs, such as Bitcoin Euro, we have not set a new all-time high. I know you didn't think of that, did you? January of this year, Bitcoin Euro hit 105.9 or 106. Right now, currently, it's still under 100K against the euro. This is actually really unusual. The unusual part about this is in the past, when Bitcoin has blasted off, when it's broken previous all-time highs, we didn't tend to see this because those moves were so strong. They were very large, expansive moves. Like if we look back to 2020, right after 20K broke, right? We didn't have that same deviation because this was basically just up. That pushed all these pairs to all-time high very quickly. But we're seeing something kind of unique here. The euro, and it's not just the euro, is not at all-time high. Now, what can we draw from that? How can we use that in our trading? How can we even kind of put this in our brain? Well, there's a few ways. We could say BTC Euro has 6% upside to all-time high. BTC USD is the most traded pair. It's the highest volume. So it would be a logical conclusion to say that BTC Euro and these other pairs are likely going to look for that all-time high, right? I think that makes sense. That would be a 6.2% move from current price for the euro. That could be like a de facto arbitrage play. I think that the market is going to look to sweep that liquidity in the euro pair. It continues though. The interesting continues. The interesting, which is awesome because there really hasn't been anything interesting in this space in a while. It continues. Looking over to the GBP, to the pound, we see the same thing. We see the same thing, which is very odd. This is very unusual. Now, the difference is less. For the GBP to hit back to its previous all-time high is only about a 3% move versus the euro 6. It's interesting. Maybe this is why. Does this make sense that some of the excitement isn't there? Maybe because this isn't a global phenomenon right now. Bitcoin USD is high above the equivalent price. In fact, let's see what percent. We're looking at January's high, 6% above. Looking at euro, 6% below. This is a 12% spread, maybe a 10% spread with GBP. But fundamentally, macro looks so different and is important. We haven't really seen this setup yet in Bitcoin. And we could say that there might be an arbitrage type play, meaning just looking to open a long, close it up there. But we might actually draw some other conclusions as well. Are we seeing, this is something we need to consider, with the recent loss or weakness in the dollar, are we really seeing Bitcoin at all-time high? Or are we just seeing Bitcoin near its high with a very weak dollar? This is an interesting concept. The dollar has not been this weak since 2022, early 2022. What's also interesting is in 21, you can almost like invert the dollar. In 2021, the dollar hit almost like a virtual double bottom low around the same time that Bitcoin was at its all-time highs. It's interesting. Are we going to see this continue down? Are we going to see the dollar hit a low as Bitcoin hits its cycle high? I don't know. But the logical explanation here as to why these charts are diverging is the dollar's weakness. But is this showing us, like, is this chart actually showing us that? Or are these pairs just lagging? Like I said, we've never seen this setup before, but it's very, very interesting. Throughout this entire run since 2022, if you look at other pairs, you will see Bitcoin at all-time high the entire time. We largely ignore those because we say, oh, who cares if the Venetian Bolivar or whatever is at all-time high against Bitcoin? It's like hyperinflating. That doesn't matter. Well, every currency is on a scale, on a spectrum of inflation, of hyperinflation. And so maybe we shouldn't be dismissing those charts, right? What is it like against the lira? Let me see. What's the most dramatic one? The Bolivar, BTC to VES. Let's look at this quick. BTC VES. I should have done this before the stream. BTC VES. that's not it. BTC divided by. Huh. Well, I can't even get this. This being a butt. This being a butt, so we'll do it this way. We look at the BTC VEST chart, which people really don't look at, and you will see this has just always been at all-time high for a long, long time. And we just dismiss that because we say, oh, it's not a big trading pair. That currency is inflating. You know, that's why we don't have to like put weight in it. Well, we're seeing that with the dollar now. And can we say the same thing? I would argue we can't. I would say, especially because the dollar is the majority volume trading pair, it is still arguably the most important. So Bitcoin, I'm just kind of winging now, riffing, may be showing us either a further decline in the dollar, a further weakness, maybe a further inflation. I don't know. It's interesting. But this is something to keep in mind. This is something to think about because there are also other pairs we've been watching that Bitcoin still isn't at all-time high at. If you look at Bitcoin versus gold, this chart is incredibly bullish, wildly bullish, but it also isn't at all-time high. Gold has put on some crazy, crazy gains over the last year, and that's kept this chart down. It very briefly in December and January traded to that all-time high and rejected. It was able to hold the low, and now I think it's making a move back to its previous all-time high in this pair, which is hard to 0.25 for PAX GBTC, but it's kind of hard to describe because I have the PAX GBTC pair here. This is, though, just gold's value versus Bitcoin, and when it moves above this, it is at all-time high. Look at this wick. I think this wick is just from Kraken, actually. I don't think that that's like real if we look at gold, not the PAX G pair. But this chart, so clean. We were looking at this before the move towards all-time high. We said, man, since August of last year, we have painted a really clean bull flag. Really clean. We got an early warning. It's like June 25th when we tested this top range. In the Crown Crypto group, we were talking about this literally like that night. By the way, check out joincrowncrypto.com. We're going to have an exclusive stream later today for our private group. Broke out, back tested. I would say largely ignore this wick, but this chart is signaling back to all-time highs. Now, it's a hard call to say, will it break all-time high? I think it's reasonable. Gold has had a very, very hot year. I don't really expect it to continue this way throughout the entire year, but I also wouldn't have expected gold to do that to begin with. So this year is kind of hard to call. But this chart cranking up, I think that we are going to see by at least Q4. We're going to see a test of that all-time high for gold versus Bitcoin. I think that the BTC Euro and GBP pairs are going to do the same. One more chart begs this question. I know I told you I had a bunch to share with you today. Explode. What's up, Psychic Mike? What's up, Survive Financial? Are we moving? Did we rebound? Did I call the little local bottom here? So far, so good. I'll take that. So far, so good. One more. Bitcoin versus stocks. This one is important. This one is big. Equally big to gold, equally big to these other pairs. Trump coin moon soon. 3-day chart, Colorado trader. That's all you, bro. It's all you. All right, Bitcoin versus SPX. So SPX, NASDAQ indices have been at all-time highs. They actually front ran Bitcoin this month to new all-time highs. Bitcoin followed. What I like, though, is looking at the different Forex pairs against Bitcoin, the gold pair against Bitcoin, and the stock pair against Bitcoin. We actually get different charts, which is really cool. You don't usually get this. A lot of the time, things will just look almost exactly the same. When we look at this, we see a very different story. This story follows the dollar pair closer, but actually doesn't exactly mirror it, which is surprising. If you look back to the previous all-time high in 2021, Bitcoin versus SPX didn't have the fake out. Its all-time high was in May. It fell over the summer, and it never broke that high again in November like the dollar pair did, which is interesting. But into this bull run, when USD pair broke its all-time high in March last year, this did not. So I might say that this pair might be a little more truthful, a little more clear, maybe a little more reliable, less noise. I don't know. Something. It didn't have the fake out in March. It didn't have the fake out in November of 21. So I think that this chart has extra weight to it, and maybe even more weight than all the ones we just looked at, except for probably the dollar. Back tested that previous all-time high in February, found support, and here's where it gets spicy. In May, Bitcoin hit all-time highs against stocks. We were watching this back here in February, looking for this to happen. It broke. We have seen the pullback in May and June, and now what is happening? Bitcoin versus stocks heading back to that all-time high, and it seems all but granted that it will hit and break it. It would be very weird, I think, from a chart perspective, for that not to happen. So if we can say that I have confidence that Bitcoin versus S&P will hit all-time highs, maybe that rolls into Bitcoin versus gold. That chart looks ready. And maybe that rolls into Bitcoin versus Euro and Bitcoin versus GBP. All of these charts are sitting underneath all-time highs while Bitcoin USD blasts through them. And I think that we're going to see all of these continue to move up. The timing of all of this is very weird, and I will admit this right now, guys. I don't know. This doesn't line up. People have been yelling about this, the 4-year cycle being broken or not broken this entire run, right? And the whole time I've been going, why are people saying this? 4 years from the all-time high would be in November of this year. It'd be Q4 of this year. Every bull market blow off top in Bitcoin that I've ever seen has been in Q4 of the year. That doesn't guarantee that it has to be forever, right? But it just doesn't make sense. Why are we not looking for that? Why not follow the pattern until it breaks? So this doesn't line up with that. None of this really does. I'm not sure I've ever seen Bitcoin run in like May and June in a bull run. I guess back in 17, every single month. From August 16th to the end of 17, every single month, with little exception. March, September. But if you go back at least the last 2 cycles, last like 8 years, we have seen very little kind of rallies. We've never, I don't know. These seem to be lulls. The last 2 years, certainly. These have been very boring time periods. And here we are. I don't know. I don't really have an explanation. I don't really kind of have a reasoning for this. I'm not objecting to it, but I don't have a reasoning. I think we are about to find out very quickly. Maybe an all-time high doesn't come Q4 this year. Maybe it comes in this quarter. With the way we've seen price action move, even over the last just like 3 days, you know, that can change everything in Bitcoin. A few hours can change everything. If this continues, we could get very hot very fast. We could see a cycle high very quickly. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're heated enough yet. I haven't seen any of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse for the bull market. I haven't had friends message me about Bitcoin. We haven't seen the chat flooded with people saying, is it too late for me to buy? Should I go all in? Blah, blah, blah. Why aren't Bitcoin Dixie important? We looked at that the other day, Gerard. I was actually thinking about pulling that up. We looked at all these pairs versus Dixie. And that was pretty interesting. So I'll pull it up. Yeah, I got derailed. I like these pairs actually. You can see we got SPX Dixie, Bitcoin Dixie. These charts are just always up, which is interesting. Where was I? Timing. I lost track of my thought. It's okay. We got a lot to say. A lot of things to look at. We're not done. That was like the intro for my homework. Oh, my neck. I think I kinked my neck a little bit squatting today. I got to lean back. Bitcoin versus Dixie looks more like Bitcoin versus SPX. It's more of that rising wedge pattern. Right? Oh, the 4 horsemen of the Bitcoin bull market apocalypse. We haven't had people all, is it too late to go all in right now? Have you guys had people message you? I'm sure some of you had. What's up, Apollo Tick? I see you, bro. Elevated mindset. Ricky Ricardo. Ricky, weren't you just shilling XRP? Now you're shilling Pengu? It's interesting. It's astrological for it to happen now. September, potentially. How so, elevated mindset? I want to know. What's up, Crypto Stevo? You've had messages. You always have messages, though. Jess, you always do. I have not had any. Is it too late to go all in, Brody? Mark my words, Brody. What's up, Mr. C? Mark my words. It will happen. We will hear this. We will hear this, and it, like, the top will be there soon. It is so consistent. I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard anyone say it yet. They'll be in this chat. They'll be in this chat saying, should I sell my house to go all in? And then also, they won't want to wait. They won't listen to us. They'll go all in. They'll lose all their money. They'll sell it when it goes down. What the problem, the big thing is, it'll go up. They'll buy it. It'll go down. They'll sell it because, you know, they'll freak out. And then it will, like, continue to go up again. And those same people then will buy it higher. And, like, that will be the top. That will be the end. The end will be that exact sequence of events. We'll have people screaming about going all in. People who've never been in crypto. They'll go all in. It'll go up a little bit. It'll fall down. They'll sell it. And then they'll buy back in. It will be the all-time high. And it'll be over. And they'll be stuck there. And the cycle continues. You have not heard good. YB is short again. Get it, buddy. They don't listen. Here's the thing, guys. I love that we can start talking about this stuff again. They're not gonna listen. No one will ever listen to you. They're going to enter based on emotion. FOMO is an emotion, right? Euphoria. They're gonna enter based on that emotion. Logic does not matter. Does not matter. When emotion is in play, logic doesn't matter. It's like telling a girl, like, I'm the best option, so logically you should like me, right? That's never going to make her like you. Never going to like you. Just because logically, you know, that's not how it plays. They're going to do it. All you can do is be there for them, especially like if they're your friend. If you don't know them, who cares? Be there for them. And when it inevitably doesn't work well, you can caution them. Don't call them stupid. Don't tell them that's a stupid idea. Just try to caution them. Try to slow them down. If they say they're going to sell their house, you know, don't let them sell their house. Don't let them make those crazy decisions. But, like, they're going to do it. And here's the thing. If you convince them, like, if you're the one who's like, oh, Bitcoin's going up, and you get them into it, it's going to be your fault when it goes down and they inevitably buy the top. If they don't buy the top and they get in and it goes up, they're not going to give you credit. It's crazy. It's this, like, weird double-edged sword. No matter what happens, you're in the shitter for it. Like, it goes up and they're the genius, right? They're a genius. They figured this out. Nobody helped them, even though you did. But if it goes down, and it's almost always going to go down when these new people buy it, now it's your fault. Don't be that guy. If people around you start talking about Bitcoin, you can come in, or crypto. You can go in, you can talk to them, you can try to help them. That's it. We can just kind of put that out there as a resource, and, like, that's it. After that, anything else is just going to hurt your relationships. Don't do it. You talk about crypto at barbecues, man, I miss those days. Pickle's so smart. Is now a good time to put a 10x long in on Bitcoin? Thank you, Drunk Maroon. Tops in. Get out of here. Still in an ice bath? Ooh, I want an ice bath. Sold your kidneys? I wouldn't be surprised if I read a story on Reddit about that. About someone selling their kidneys for Bitcoin at the top. Don't sell your kidneys, friends. Don't do it. You need them. Kidneys are very important. Don't sell them. Bitcoin versus Dixie. So these charts are much more bullish. Much, much more bullish. Same is true with SPX versus Dixie. You can see they have a much more upside bias. In fact, they rarely ever break their lows. Like, very rarely. Let's do gold versus Dixie. That one I haven't done. Maybe I have done it. I don't remember. Gold versus Dixie. Huh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Yeah, that looks about the same. That looks similar. What was I on? These are important. They're cool. They're interesting if you've never looked at these pairs. What I would say is gold versus Bitcoin versus Dixie, just to wrap this idea up. Let me get back to the chat because I was enjoying that. Can look for like extensions. Can look for upside targets here using your fib. And while you're not really going to trade these, what you can do is, let's say I'll set an alert here. And when this alert hits, I'm going to look at the price and I'm going to kind of evaluate, where are we? Because if you chart these, like everything, you'll find that it works. Charts are magical. You can chart anything. Anything in the world can be charted. And what's interesting is when you chart them, you will find valuable information that is not readily like apparent. Looking at SPX Dixie, we even see SPX slowing down a little bit here, right as it approaches that 1618. It's very spicy. What do I think about 𝐂𝐽? I don't know. I don't really think about 𝐂𝐽 much. I have questions about 𝐂𝐽. Who is the Satoshi of 𝐂𝐽? Does anybody know? Who can I talk to from the team? I need to ask them like a few questions because I have heard different things and I don't know how to verify what is true. And I want to know. I want to know. That's what it is. What's up, William? What's up, SY, bro? Alchemy Pay? Raw dogging? I wouldn't raw dog it. Don't chart the chart. We have, okay, Elevated Mindset says we have rare planetary alignments that so far have only happened when we had alt season. Interesting. Sparking plus, what? We always top in a lunar cycle. And we only have one every 3 to 4 years. Interesting. You know, the longer I'm at this, the more I realize that just the universe kind of functions on like a 4-year cycle. And it's not just a 4-year cycle. It's some factor of 4. Like maybe it's 12, maybe it's 24, maybe it's 48. You know, like some factor of 4 though. Everything is like 4 years. Even like presidential elections are 4 years. I don't know, like 16 years old is like a big date, a big birthday. I don't know. It's a factor of 4 either way. The more I go, the more I realize that. Talking about the stars and the moon. Does anybody remember, what was her name? Marin? Whatever happened to Marin? Do you guys remember that from like 2021? What happened to Marin? She was like astrologer, Bitcoiny. She hasn't been around. Maybe she got bored of it. She kicked it. She's still around? Okay. I haven't heard about her. Speaking of the moon, yesterday kicked off the moon phase change. And I'm liking this tune. I'm liking this tune it's got. Oh, my neck is so freaking tight. What did I do? What did I do? I've been doing front squats and they have not. Ugh. Hope I didn't do anything bad to it. It doesn't hurt that bad. It's just really stiff. I keep moving it weird. All 4 years you changed your wife. Gotta change the wife every 4 years. Keep it fresh. The devil took her. Marin's back. Where is she? Where is she, Sin? 40 is over the hill. I'll be there someday. Don't end up like BitBoy. Oh, God. Your short is green. Should you close it? Well, YB, I can't give you financial advice like that, bro. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how to trade because, not just because it wouldn't be morally correct. Mostly because there is more to a trade than you are short should you close it. That's not enough info to make a decision. Rip BitBoy, he's alive. Right? He's in jail. That picture of him is ridiculous. You remember her most infamous thirst trap? I think there's something going on with Geminis right now in the astrology world. Something about like this week. Something Geminis. I don't know. Does that make sense? What's up, Yobi? How you doing, Yobes? Is he really in jail? Yeah, he's still in jail. Absolutely is still in jail. Red Fox. What's up, Positive? Ooh. Ooh, I can only imagine what Red Fox is at. He's in a mental institution. That makes sense. I wasn't even done with all the charts. You guys are just like getting me off topic. I like it. Do I have 𝐂𝐽? Yeah, I own some 𝐂𝐽. I have some 𝐂𝐽. I don't know. I don't know how much off the top of my head. Probably like 4 figures. Really quick, let me get through some more charts. I'm enjoying reading the chat though. This is like my favorite part. Being a streamer is really hard when the market is boring and sideways, and especially down, boring and sideways, because like sentiment sucks and people are depressed and you're kind of just dealing with these negative vibes, right? I love dealing with it when people are excited and feeling good about crypto. I love it. It's my favorite part. Makes it hard though, man. It's hard to like have any energy when people are coming at you. Thousands of people on the internet coming at you with just like negativity, low energy, no optimism. It takes a toll. Anyway, let me get through total and then I'll get right back to the chat because I'm enjoying it. Total crypto market cap, absolute fire. We just completely destroyed this, completely respected the TA. Perfect call. Back tested previous all-time high 3 weeks ago. Found on the low in June, found support, right back to all-time high. Here we go. Even yesterday we were looking at this and it was, you know, obviously like around here, like around here. I think it was actually pre-breakout of May's high, saying we're looking for that all-time high move. Here we go. If you are worried about your alt bags, understandable. I think now is like kind of too late to panic sell them. Too late meaning I don't think it's a good idea. Once we break all-time high on total, I think that is when we will see alts finally have more love. We can see them warming up today. We have charts to look at still of alts doing well, particularly Ripple's doing great. There's others, even Litecoin's doing well. But when we break that 3.73 trillion from December of last year, when this year puts in a new high on total crypto, I think that's when we see everything go nutty. It's coming. It might even be coming to like it could come today. It could come over this weekend. Unlike your girl. Oh, burn. Okay. But this was one of my favorite calls. Let's go. I don't know if I even have anything else to say about it. 5 trillion, I think, is like the upside target. 5 trillion. 1618. All right, let me do some really quick math here. So if the total crypto market cap is 5 trillion and Bitcoin dominance is, let's say, 64. Let me see. Let's just do 5. Yeah, we'll do 5 trillion. Milli, Billy, Trilly times 0.64. 3.2 billion or trillion market cap for Bitcoin. What's that now? Let me see. Off the top of my head, what is it? 2.3 trillion. 2.3. That's too many zeros. So it's like 39% up, 40% gain. Is that right? 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 times 1 point, let's say 1.4, 3.2. So 40% gain. If that happens and Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin's dominance stays the same, 40% gain from here, it gets us what, to 160? 160s. All right, that's not bad. That kind of slaps. That kind of slaps. You take the previous bull market into the bear market low, throw your fib on there, boom. 160. Oh, that wasn't previous bear market. Sorry. These look, man, the chart is such a fractal. Not January's high into April's low. 160. Interesting. It's interesting that 2 measured move target would give us roughly 161, which would be roughly Bitcoin at 64% dominance with a total at 5 trillion. Interesting. Interesting. I think we'll look at dominance next. Let me pull the chats back up. Do I have XRPs? I got some XRPs. I sold a lot of XRPs though. Oof. I was like regretting it a little bit this morning. That wick's making me regret it a little bit less. All right, let me pull the chats back up. Who's here? What's up, Heavy Duty Charlie? Mr. C still there. Elevated Mindset still there. David Brum, Crypto Steroids. By the way, you guys are on the mobile stream. I'm going to put the mobile emoji in there You can join us on the main one where most of the viewers are if you'd like to hop over there. But if you're on your phone, stay. We still have some alts to look at, still have some other charts to look at. I'm gonna check the chat again. If you could, please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. Tap the screen, subscribe. If you subscribe while we're live, you're gonna see this number roll over in real time. And we've had a surprisingly low amount of new subscribers this stream. Let me see. Shout out to Papi Churro for subscribing during the live, my man. Oh, Gerard, my bad, dude. Let me check out BTC multiplied by Dixie. Though they should be kind of similar in a way. I didn't see that super chat. Shibby Sky subscribed during the live. What's up, bro? Wick super chatted. I'm not getting any of these freaking notifications. Wick, if you're still here, shout out to you, bro. He said, do I have a narrative for 1 million Bitcoin by 27? These articles always come out at tops of Bloomberg. Dude, Bloomberg is like one of the people putting them articles out all the time, right? They're not any more to be trusted about FOMO articles. Do I have a narrative for 1 million Bitcoin? Honestly, the narrative that I would think is, you know, you're going to talk about corporate treasuries. This is what like average YouTuber clickbaiter is going to talk about. Corporate treasuries, Sailor, OTC crunch, you know, like supply crunch, Bitcoinization, Bitcoin sovereign fund in the US, dollar inflation spiral. Like, you know, that's where they're going to go. I would say that the Bitcoin to 1 million argument or narrative for this cycle would be honestly just the way that we have climbed. Retail is not in. Retail's still not in, and it hit 120K yesterday. 119, whatever. Like, Bitcoin pumped in not even 72 hours. In not even 72 hours, Bitcoin has pumped, oh gosh, $10,800 in not even 3 days. And retail, there's no retail. I don't think there's like any new retail here. How do you know retail isn't in? Honestly, that is not the easiest question, right? It's not the easiest answer to say definitively when they are and aren't. But we have a little bit of a secret weapon here. We are on YouTube. We are in front of people. We can see in analytics, especially because we've streamed through bull runs before. We've been live here 6 years. Look at how many people are here. We got 1,000 viewers. That's a lot of viewers. 1,000 viewers is a lot of viewers on the mainstream. We have 1,000 concurrent people watching this. But we have had way more, way more in less exciting times than this. You go back to some of those streams in 2021, blew these away. Retail has some really obvious signs when they're here. They're brand new people to crypto. They're just starting. They just heard about it. And they're usually characterized by the strong urge or pressure to put all of their money in. Typically, the chart has been moving up, you know, only up for an extended period. So let's say like right here back in 21, moved about 150% over the course of a month. Very little downside. Retail all over right here. January of 21, huge retail influx. Some of the biggest streams we ever had right there. You can always tell they're brand new investors. We haven't had, like, we have been streaming all through the last 6 years, but like from all the way through 22 to 23, 24. And in that time, like I would say from 23 till now, the new investors, like people coming in and saying, hey, I'm new to crypto, virtually none. Virtually none. I don't know if even they're here now, but that is how we are judging, or that's how I judge. Oh man, what did I do to my neck, right? That's how I judge. Maybe it's because I'm wearing a shirt with sleeves. It's like constraining my neck. That's how I judge. It's not an exact science, bro. It's not. But I also have analytics that I can look at on YouTube that show me new viewers, meaning people who've never seen our channel, returning viewers, etc. And it's pretty easy to see through those metrics when we have kind of retail in action. Google searches too. YB, you're the man, dude. So I had some other stuff I wanted to look at today that is non-chart data. I wanted to show you guys. That's one of them. First and foremost, kind of shocking. So Bitcoin, 120K, right? Talking about retail. Fear and greed. Now, fear and greed is another one of those not super exact sciences. This is mids. There was a time where this was better. It's mids now, but either way, there is some value. Fear and greed is only at 72. It's just into greed. It's nowhere near extreme greed. Put that in context, right? Where do we got? Back in March of 24, we had fear and greed in the 90s, and Bitcoin's price had just broken all-time highs. Here we broke all-time highs. We're almost double the price of then, and we're in just kind of like light greed. One big downward move will reset that right back to fear. 20%, 15% kind of day, and we're right back into fear. You go and then you look at November of 24 last year, just 7 months ago. That was an exciting time. In fact, that was a pretty spicy time. We had a lot of alts running. People were kind of returning to the space. Fear and greed almost hit the highest reading ever. It hit 94. Price was just under 100K. Look at the divergence of that. Think about how we're hitting 120K. We moved up more than $10,000 in 72 hours. And we're just, what is the equivalent kind of rating, right? Where's the equivalent greed we've seen? Equivalent to April of 23 when price was at 30K. Equivalent to, I don't know, 9K in February of 2020. The market is incredibly underheated for the price it is at. Sentiment is incredibly cold for the price action that we have seen. That is just one of the craziest bullish things I can think of. Another one. I want to share this with you guys. I keep very good tabs on Google Trends. I keep tabs. It's a hobby of mine, I guess. I don't know. I pay attention. I've had some questions about this over the last few years, but it is what it is. Let's look 5-year scale. You'll see this a lot, and this will be used as clickbait to like confuse you guys, and you'll say, "Oh, look how low it is," and it is really low. Don't get me wrong, but when you go to a 5-year scale on this, it doesn't update. It's not updated. It updates like by the week. So we don't have like a fresh reading here, not a real one. It is important to note that interest has never returned to its 2021 high. I don't know if you can see that on the mobile stream. Never returned to its 2021 high yet, at least over the last 5 years. You look at the total view, it actually really never returned to the 2017 high, did it? No, it didn't. 21. Second highest. Let's go to the year though. Even on the yearly, this won't be updated yet. If you look back, we are nowhere near November's high. We are still very much around the same interest level that it's been all year. Now that has increased. If you go down to like a 30-day, you're going to see this week or in the last few days is the highest search volume across the web for Bitcoin by far. And that makes sense. There hasn't been really much search in the last month. 90 days, this is going to be up there as well. Yep. Up there as well for the last 3 months. But again, 3 months, think about what's happened in the last 3 months. Since April, nothing. There's no interest. Like April, we're only seeing it back to here. It is not shocking in any way to think that searches would be the highest right now. Not in any way. But what we want to see, I would say what we want to see is back to March to now and compare those highs, because March was the last time that there was actually meaningful search. So this is hard to do. It's hard to do because that whole updating issue. It's not going to show us yet. I don't think it's going to show us yet. See, it hasn't updated. We don't have that dotted line yet. We will get it soon. Very soon. Maybe like Sunday or Monday, maybe, when this updates. I'm not sure. Let's just get November. Try it this way. Yep, still not updated. Still not, but it's coming. It's coming. These searches, you have to, and think about the story in your head. November was the highest search. If you think about that, like November was the highest search. Makes sense in some ways. Price went higher, but the search volumes immediately went down. They're spiking up here. We're going to see how they look. But like price went up and interest went down. Price went down, interest continued down. Price went back up, it went to new all-time highs. Interest did not increase. Sideways, interest did not increase. And now we're finally seeing it as it's in true price discovery. So that does line up with what we've seen, but I'm waiting for that update to get like real usable anything for it. I can see it in our streams. We had some of the quietest streams we've ever had on this channel in April and May of this year. Like we're talking, we have 1,100 viewers now. We had like 300, 400 viewers then. Very, very quiet. Yo, Dave BS you over there on Kick. Appreciate you, man. Okay, I was ranting. Ranting and raving and rumbling. I'm waiting for that to update, and you better believe I'll update you when it comes. This trade's cooking. Up a few grand on this bad boy. It's not even the big one. Trading over on BYDFI, by the way, guys. Sign up using my link. You'll get some big sign-up bonuses, but more than that, you'll help support the stream, but even more than that. If you have any issues on this platform, customer service is terrible notoriously on crypto platforms. If you have any issues with FEMX or BYDFI, jump in the Discord, send me a message, and I will go to bat for you, as I like to say. I will personally get customer service on and get you a resolution. That's a big value. Not many people are willing to do that. I will do that. When I work with exchanges, part of what I make them agree to is that if anyone has issues when they use my link at all, that they will get it taken care of. Obviously within reason, you know, they're not just gonna reverse bad trades if you have bad trades. But if you have trouble with assets going in, assets coming out, trades maybe executing weird, anything, you come to me, I'll get it taken care of. That's a big value. Links in the video description below and in the chat. Let's see this guy. This one we opened. Baller entry, 98K. About 200% gain. Up a few grands. Nothing life-changing, though. Nothing life-changing. XRP. All right, we'll look at XRP. Tell me 5 good things about XRP. You guys are fighting. No KYC. No restrictions, I like to say. No one is restricted. Voice of the people. What's up, Bullish Mike? I got you guys. Crypto steroids. The chart looks wrecked. What chart is he looking at? How can you join the private group, YB? Go to joincrowncrypto.com. It's not a signals group or anything. It's just like private group. We have kind of intimate, smaller voice chats where you can like ask me questions and stuff. I'll help you out in any way I can. Let's go, Andre Brown. Let's go. What's up, Fern? Will I wear hot pink or fluorescent orange when Bitcoin hits 150K? Sure. Sure. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any pink or anything, but I'll go get some. What chart looks wrecked? I guess you're talking about XRP. XRP I think looks strong, honestly. You still won't. You can't. Rip. $15 XRP? Maybe. Maybe. XRP is not looking bad. We had a nice trade on it. We had a solid trade on it. Took profit, but kept running. Here's what I like about XRP. That other coins in this moment, in this time frame, can't boast. XRP hit its bottom in April. Broke a higher high after that lower low. Higher high here in May. Held its low at about $2 in June. and now has broken that May high. So what do you have here? You have a broken uptrend into the start of this year, a bottom in April, a higher high, a higher low, and now a higher high. So what are you doing? You've begun an uptrend. I wouldn't be surprised. I was thinking about $3 for XRP. Wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback back to this like 250-ish range to complete the pattern. And then a move back, look to test that all-time high again. I'm hesitating to call for new all-time highs in altcoins yet. I'm hesitating. Waiting to see dominance break. Was waiting to see if Bitcoin would continue. It looks like it's continuing. But back to all-time highs, and then we'll see. Because I could say, oh, I think they'll all break their all-time high, and then maybe people would love me because they'll say I called it. But you know, I'm just saying that as hopium when I do. I don't have confidence quite yet. I'm pretty neutral. If Bitcoin, if XRP does break its all-time high here in this year, if this pattern plays out, which at this point I will put probability in favor of, I think $5-ish is looking like a good upside target. It's your 1618 from your moved from 3 down to April's low. It's around $5. I think that's nice. Maybe in this range. It's like 650, $5 to 650. I think is a great take profit target. No way to know. We're gonna have to see. You know, we haven't had any alt season, so it's just crazy to me that people are making really high calls for alts. It's like, bro, you got to see this chill. Because while I don't think this will happen, it is entirely possible that dominance moves up more, Bitcoin moves up more, dominance moves up more, alts move up in dollar pairs, but they just don't really get huge gains. And we could see even into the end of the cycle and into a bear market, maybe not a huge retracement of dominance. Maybe dominance like hits higher and then just chills in this zone into a bear market, kind of holds the higher low. Maybe it stays at like 50. And maybe we just don't get the crazy runs for alts. I don't know. I'm not ready to call that. I'm still of the mindset that we are going to see higher on dominance. I think we'll get a blow off top, but we're taking this one step at a time. One step. CME gap. If you're looking for a CME gap to play, 114.3, 115.6 to 114.3. Here you go. Fresh gap. There it is. If this continues selling off, that's not a bad target. $5 is a 2x. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not shilling the XRP, my friend. I'm just talking about charts here. You'd say it's a 2x. Yeah. Yeah. I think it makes more sense to look at it this way though, from the low, from like 50 cents to that $5-6, and then that's more respectable. I mean, to do the same with Bitcoin though, then you're looking at 15K, and in that sense, Bitcoin is almost 10x up. People are saying Bitcoin doesn't have gains. Bitcoin is almost 10x from 2022's low. It will only take to 150K to do a 10x. You've seen calls for $10 XRP in 7 days, Tony. I've seen calls for $583 XRP for, I don't know, like half a decade, close to a decade. Don't listen to calls. Calls are just bullshit, dude. Crypto steroids, you must be new here. Welcome, though. Welcome, bro. You don't know. The reason I say you must be new here is because I don't think you understand how much I agree with you. I'm just looking at charts that are moving. When I like charts, I like charts. I'm very heavily a maxi, my friend. I'm not arguing about, when I'm talking about these charts and these coins, I'm not talking about tokenomics. I'm not talking about use cases. All I'm talking about is the chart, the candles. At the end of the day, I think everyone should just buy Bitcoin. Where would I put the top of this cycle in terms of timing? I'm just going to default to Q4 of this year. November, December. Price wise, I don't know. I don't know, man. Price wise, I don't know. I would say 150 is like the most conservative target ever. If you want, you want my hopium cycle target, 360K. There we go. Link to the group. You can't click links in shorts. It's all good, brother. I know all about the tokenomics of, well, all that everyone else knows about tokenomics of XRP. When you control the supply, you control the price. So sometimes those things pump the hardest when the supply holders want it to anyway. If we get no alt season, retail won't come back. They don't care about Bitcoin. Might be true. I mean, in your defense, we have seen that largely be true, right? Retail's not here. Bitcoin's at 117, 118K. It was almost 120 last night. I don't know. I think there is a price. I think there is a price where retail does return and they do buy BTC. I don't know the exact dollar amount because I thought it'd be 100K. I was wrong. You know, like 2022, we were talking about 100K. Retail will notice. They did not. I think though, well, I don't have an exact price. I do have an exact narrative or mindset. And I think that exact narrative or mindset now is the belief that it's going to 1 million. So it doesn't have to go to 1 million. I mean, if it went to 1 million, yeah, I think they'd FOMO. But it doesn't have to go to 1 million. I think it just has to move towards it and create a trajectory towards 1 million where retail will go, oh my God, if I put my money in it now, I'll have $1 million, which is like not how it works at all. But it doesn't need to make sense. It's retail. Nothing they do makes sense. It needs to have a trajectory towards it. So where would that be accomplished? That could be accomplished at 250,000, I think. I think if we saw this year, you know, it's July. If we saw into the end of the year, right? If we saw Bitcoin make 100% move, which isn't that crazy. If it doubled, right? If Bitcoin doubled into the end of the year and it was at 250,000, I think honestly 300K would drive it home more. But I think that creates the trajectory, the visual trajectory for 1 million. And I think retail gets convinced it's going to 1 million. And then, hey, it probably doesn't go to 1 million right then, right? But I think that is what will drive them back. Because I thought it was 100K and it wasn't. I think that extra zero will drive them. And it doesn't actually have to be here. They just have to think it's here or think it's coming. What I do know, and I've been saying this for a long time, is the top is not in until retail is in. So maybe this is the silver lining. Retail, they're not going to come back to Bitcoin. Well, maybe that means that Bitcoin doesn't top the way that it's topped in the previous cycles. Maybe it just keeps going. Are you not retail? You're retail. You're here for 5 years. When I refer to retail, I don't mean what you mean. When I refer to retail, I mean the people who flood my streams, flood my channel every cycle at the top. People who have never invested in crypto, looking to put irresponsible amounts of money in, amounts they can't afford. They're looking to buy it on credit. They're looking to sell their house. That's what I'm referring to. I'm using the word retail in place of like new FOMO investors. Because we are all retail, yeah. But I guess I'm using a different definition. Clueless and hype driven. Thank you, YB. Exactly. Hype driven is a critical element to that. Retail is here, says Steger 007. The money flow from it isn't enough to move Bitcoin like it used to. I don't know about that, bro. What's up, Theo? Euphoria? Are you feeling euphoria? I don't know about that, Steger. Is there more new people versus 2 months ago? Yes. Definitively yes. But is there kind of comparable amounts of new people to the previous cycle highs that we've seen here? Not even close. Not even relative. Not even compared to March of last year right now. That could change very quickly. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Retail may not be as clueless this time. Nah, dude. That's not how it works. Everyone when they start are we're all clueless when we start. That'll never change. There always going to be like a cycle of new people. It's the thing about aging. You get new kids. They're never going to be more educated. There are more sources, but there's also more noise. Altcoin and shitcoin season are two different things. I have not noticed that. You have noticed that a problem is some traders. Now also you call that RWA utility and ecosystem tokens bottom last month. I would disagree. I would make the argument that it doesn't matter. Coins narratives are largely irrelevant. Since April, I don't want to say in April I said this, but like starting in May, I said that I think alts have bottomed in their dollar pair in April. I think that they'll trade lower against Bitcoin if you value them versus Bitcoin, so their BTC pairs, but I don't think that they will trade below their USD pairs lows of April, at least until the cycle is over, until we see the bear market begin. Then they're all probably going to break those lows, but I think the USD pairs are in, and I don't think it's relevant what their narratives are. I don't think it matters what coin it is, if it's this or that or meme or not meme, like it doesn't matter. And when I say they found their lows, I mean the majority, just in general, right? I don't mean literally every single one, because there's going to be rug pulls, all kinds of exceptions. Soul, slap, schlappen, schleiden. Man, Ethereum might be literally rejecting from the worst spot possible. But, I mean, everyone's welcome to disagree. This is the rare place on the internet where you're allowed to disagree with me. Your disagreements are welcome. I'm not going to boot you because you like a different coin, or I don't know, you think some narrative is right, or I don't know, man. You don't got to agree with me. I don't want you to just agree with me. That's been a core staple of this channel, is I don't want people to just blindly agree with me. I don't think that adds any value anywhere. If you're new, retail here, run. Do I not consider the last dip after April to be a double bottom? No, there's no double bottom. Double bottom? How is that a double bottom? Oh, that's June. Dude, this price action is so freaking fractally that like I keep thinking that right here is zoomed out. All right, I mean, I guess double bottom. Yeah. I didn't even think about it with these wicks. I guess that wasn't how I was looking at it. Sure. Yeah. Sure. I think I was saying I think that's the range low. In fact, we were calling for that to be the range low. For a while. For a while. Because we got the death cross. Remember that? ZK agrees. I agree too. This death cross, dude. We called this. That was one of our most legendary calls ever. April bottom. Oh. Dude, I need to get in the hot tub. My neck is not happy with me. Here we go. Here you go. Death cross marked the bottom 3 years in a row. This was April 13th that I tweeted this. April 13th, I tweeted, the death cross has marked the bottom 3 years in a row. Let's see, 13th. So it's right here, damn. Right here, 84K, we called the bottom. Well, we technically did before then because I didn't tweet that the same day. Anyway, it's not about that. Getting distracted. Getting distracted. Let's see, sold. I don't even know why I have Pepe open. See you, Pepe. Even Litecoin getting a little love, that makes me nervous. Okay, good. Right back below resistance. There you go, Litecoin. Don't get too excited. Don't get my gears all wound up. 80A, so close. So close, man. Come on. Get above 86 cents, 80A. Been on that forever. I think Matic is weirdly bullish right now. I don't have huge faith or trust that Matic will like blast off, but these dailies are wild. That wick, and then 1, 2, now 3 solid body dailies. Like, dude, like, that is so crazy. Huge sell orders absorbed. I think it's moving to 31 cents. I don't really have much confidence it'll break that. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm pessimistic on alts a lot. I just don't like the macro on this chart, but good confidence for 31 there. That's a big move. That's a big ass move. I want to remind everyone, please make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing. If you subscribe while we're live, you're going to see this thing roll over in real time and your name will pop up. We'll shout you out. I missed a few, like Media Strive. And it has not alerted me of any of these super chats. I feel bad. Oh, man. Let's sit up more straight. Sit up straighter. We had this bad boy. That was some alpha. Just soak that in. Gotta refresh these pages. Can we look at Arrow? What time did I go to bed last night? I did not sleep the best. I did not sleep the best. Feel better than the last few days. Who actually got a good night's sleep? That's the real moon. If you got a good night's sleep last night, that's the real moon, man. That's crazy. Trigger waves forming. I like this. Yo, it's Friday. What's up, man? You didn't sleep much. Best of cars, me neither. Brandon Keys, $3.01 for take profit. Get it. Can you hit the thumbs up and the thumbs down button? I don't care, man. Just hit one of them. Don't matter. What helped you make the bottom in 2022? Man, what did... I don't even remember. What did we even... I can't even like remember my reasoning. I do know that we took a long at 16.5. 16 while everybody was bearish. What was the reasoning? I might have to like go back and watch my streams. What was the reasoning? I know I started calling the bull run. Like calling the bull run from January 1st of 23. That was when I said the bull run started. I was right in hindsight. A lot of haters, a lot of doubters. We're on day 922, by the way. It's actually 922 now. Of the bull run. Can't believe it's been 922 days. Where does the time go? What's up, Crypto Bull? What's up, brother? Thoughts on Fetch? Graph? Dude, Graph looks bad. Your baby never lets you sleep. Bitcoin's my baby. It never lets me sleep either. You was there when I called it, Sonic? Lots of you were. You guys have been here with me. Dodge up. Does that mean retail's back? Doge is barely up. You know, it's not a bad thought though, Andrew. When Doge does break all-time high, which I've been saying forever now, years, that it'll break its high of last cycle. When it does, that probably will be a good sign. That probably will be a good indicator of retail. Because retail is largely invested in Doge in 21. What's up, Greg? How you doing, man? Panda. Alts haven't even started. That's true. 10 miles on the bike? Hell yeah, bro. Get it. Sui's looking good. Sui looking for that 412. Those are some solid trades. Glad to be here, brother. Glad to have you here. Have an awesome weekend, CBK. Later, bro. Enjoy your Friday. What's up, Doge Scan? XLM. Oh, yeah, I got an alert again on XLM. It was pumping. It was pumping the other day. Is it still moving? I got an alert. I don't think I reset it. Beast mode. I can't do 10 miles. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. I'll take it. I forgot about this trade. Let's go. Dude, when Tom Crown, when my trades are hitting, like they are hitting right now, I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to like make it too obvious for you or jinx it, knock on wood. When my trades are hitting back to back to back to back, it means that the bull market is on. It means that we're going to pump. It's just my bias as a trader. How many of these trades now have been hidden. All of them. Like all of them, dude. XRP, Sol, dude, so many. And I'll admit, from like, I don't know, what was it? Kind of like January into April, man, my trades were not hitting well. They were hitting so badly that I didn't really look for that many in this time period. But now they're all hitting. Market's going higher. That is one thing that is always, I feel, has always been consistent on this channel. When all my trades start filling and hitting, shit's going up. XLM actually with a meaningful move here. Gonna see 41 cents on that at least. Meaningful move, breaking the 33-cent barrier. That was May's high. Holding on to the low, moving up. Retest of 52 cents looks very good. Gonna have to get past January's high. It has flipped the year green again after being red. Send it, bro. XLM looks really good. Unsurprising though, because when XRP looks good, XLM tends to look good. I like that. If you're looking for an entry, I would probably wait for that 41-ish cents to hit, possibly even 50 cents, and then look for that pullback to 33. Doesn't have to do it this way. Look for that 33 cents. That was resistance. It's been ignored on this move. That's likely going to offer a solid entry. I just got another alert. That's not an alert. Yeah. Son of a bitch. There we go. Maybe it'll just ignore these altogether, but who knows. I wouldn't FOMO in at 36 cents, even though that isn't really that much higher. Still wouldn't do it. I'd wait for that pullback. I think you get it. So, oh, what's interesting is these coins have hit the TPs. They've hit resistance, really. That's where we look at TP. And now they might be eating through. They kind of this morning were looking like rejecting. They might be pushing through here. Like Ethereum still moving. The FBTC pair battling it out on the day here at the 200 daily. 0.025, like critical resistance. Oh, that looks bully too on the 4 hour. Dominance might be taking another hit. I might concede it, dude. Ethereum has pulled itself up by the bootstraps to retest that resistance it didn't reject. Doesn't seem like the 200-day is going to stop it. If Ethereum breaks this resistance and moves to 0.33, that very well could be the end of Bitcoin dominance's run. Interesting. Interesting. Oh yeah, over on the vertical. We got a horizontal stream too. Just decided to throw out the net today. Cast the net wide. Bitcoin is not done. In fact, at the beginning of the stream, we said, I call it. Said this is probably the low of the day unless it dumps immediately after I say that. Did not. So far aged well. We've been live for a while here. We have an exclusive stream coming up tonight in the Crown Crypto group. You can go to joincrowncrypto.com. Check it out. You can get a free week trial and you can just sign up and join us tonight and not pay a dime. If you do sign up, you can use code VIP for 50% off forever. I know it's expensive, but use code VIP. It's 50% off forever. You're good. Make sure you've liked and subscribed here. We're going to be live again probably this weekend as Bitcoin seems to be gearing up for more moves. Alts moving, spiciness, even MicroStrategy. Change to MacroStrategy. Has broken its May high and maybe has its sights set again on all-time high. I think that's very likely. Stay bullish. Don't get fudded out. Appreciate you guys tuning in today. I love the spicies. And we're going to wrap it up there, boys. Love you all. Have a great weekend. I'll see you. I mean, hell, based on how it's been, I'll see you in a few hours. But stay safe, stay bullish. Don't over risk. Protect your capital. Crown out.